the Mickey Mouse bubble ring being fake argument. No, it's not fake.
You
Like,
can't say that. People say that about the Dodgers for the MLB, and that's a
yep.
little different because that season was like 60 games.
Welcome back, baby. Another week at the lunch table. I know we're coming in a couple days after a week, but it's still better than 3 months. And I'm never going to stop giving myself crap for taking a 3 month break from this podcast. Chandler, how we doing, baby?
Pretty good. Excited to sit down at the lunch table.
Yes, sir.
Just ready to discuss some sports and
Right,
life
right.
topics.
Oh yeah, right after I copy down my chemistry homework. Shout out to Emmy and JC. If you're watching this
Yeah,
podcast, I appreciate you passing me through chemistry.
yeah. Make sure you have the binder on the ground so
Oh
you
yeah.
can.
Oh yeah. No, that was Miss McKibben.
I know.
Dude, that was so bad. That was so bad. For context here, we were in, what was that, ninth grade environmental
Yeah,
science?
yeah.
Ninth grade environmental science. And I tried to cheat on a test. It did not go. It did not go as I planned. She just
You live
came
and you
up
learn.
and wrote a big fat zero at the top. I was like, did that really just happen?
Like that meme,
No.
like that meme of the dude that's like,
Literally, that was me.
that was yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, there's not too much going on in my life. I don't know about you, but still just trying to make it to May. It's eventful pretty much every day at the school, but it's mostly just, kid stuff. So nothing that our viewers would probably be too interested in. Plus, I don't think I'm allowed to share much of what happens in the school publicly.
Yeah.
So you want to know about how my work life is going, you just reach out to me personally and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Air it out on
Come out here,
the
release
pod.
like 10 kids' names,
Yeah.
and talk
To the
about everything they
Philippines.
do. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We're getting it out to the Philippines. All right. So before we get started today, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share our podcast, all that. Now, I've got another fan question this week. We're going back to basketball. I hate to do it, but it's just so relevant right now. So I'm going back to basketball, and I'm asking, who is your MVP this year? And I mean, I'm going to put this answer in the comments, but I'm going to go ahead and say now that mine right now is tough between Luca and Shea, but I'm going SGA. Not that
Yeah.
Jokic and Giannis aren't right there too, because they are, but Shea is my MVP right now.
Yeah. Same. Same. I think if Luca, like if the Mavericks were doing better as a team,
Mhm.
he would kind of run away with it, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Which I mean, Wembanyama seemed to grasp the rookie of the year, and the Spurs are freaking terrible. So
It's true.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, that's true. And I think I have a tough time with the Luca thing because you got I understand both sides of it. Like an 8 seed is not good. Like that, I don't think there's ever been an MVP on an 8 seed, at least not in a very long time. And on the other hand, you've got, well, the Western Conference is freaking loaded. So they're like a 5 game winning streak away from being the 4 seed, which would probably vault him to the front runner in the MVP race. So I get it. I get both sides of it. Like you said, if they were a higher seed, I think he'd be running away with it, but they're just not. So,
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, and it's even tough too when you see guys like Jokic and Giannis. Like they're putting up great numbers. It's just they've set the standard for themselves for greatness so high, and then I mean, it's
yeah,
hard to hit
no,
it again.
yeah, and I
But
think I think the word I used in the group chat was what, like greatness fatigue the other day or something, talking
yeah,
about
that's what you
Jokic.
said. Yeah,
And it really is like that. Like Giannis, oh, he's being slept on so much. He's averaging 32 and 11, I think, or 31 and 11, something like that. And he's shooting 62%, man.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I know. And like, yeah, that's hard to not give him the MVP, but then you just got other dudes that are really leading their team to greatness. I mean, the Thunder, nobody really expected the Thunder to be like they are right now.
No, I think we all predicted they would take a small jump. Nobody saw
Yeah,
them
but
being in first place right now.
they
No
took
way.
a leap. So,
Mm.
I mean, and part of that's Chet too, but
For sure. Jalen
SGA
Williams.
is,
And
yeah, I
they
mean, it's
got
a lot of guys, but
they got some guys, but SGA is definitely the conductor on that train. There's no doubt about that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and move right on into trivia because that's where we're going to start today. I'm excited for trivia this week. Hopefully, I can beat my score of 7. Never really know what to expect with the trivia, so give it to me. What we got this
Uh,
week?
all right. So, general theme this week is baseball. I guess more specific, it's season records in
Ooh, okay.
baseball.
Ooh, I might struggle.
I
I might surprise
well,
myself here.
I tried to kind of. I know you're not like as much of a baseball savant
Right.
as like NFL or college football or NBA, but
Right.
so I've kind of nerfed it a little, but
I
we'll see.
appreciate that. It's
I'll
very much appreciated.
I say that, and then it may not be nerfed.
Well, I might go 0 for 6. I might surprise myself and do pretty decent. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Where do you want to start?
Definitely going to start with easy on the
Okay.
baseball.
Okay. So, who holds the record for most home runs in a season?
Oh, Barry Bonds.
Yep, Barry Bonds. So we're starting off.
73.
Yeah, yeah. You got. Do you
I
know what
got,
year? Do you know what year?
oh, ah, I want to say it was like, oh, it was either like late 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah, you're in the right range.
I want to say like 2001 or
Oh
1999.
yeah, you got it. Oh one.
2001. Let's
Oh
go.
one.
Let's
You remember on
go.
the MLB The Show games they had Reggie Stalker.
Reggie Stock. Yep, that was the one.
Reggie Stalker.
Yes. Yes.
Stocks, bonds.
Oh, I'm seeing a little bit of a
Clever.
connection there.
And then they had what was weird on MVP baseball, they had John Dowd. But then he didn't even play. I couldn't well, you know what, I may be wrong. I may be thinking of me playing a season one time and he traded.
Uh,
Um, but I think he was on the Giants actually, but I was thinking he was on the Yankees on that game. I'm like, they created Barry Bonds and put him on the wrong team. They're really trying to hide
yeah, that would be going above and beyond right there.
it.
Who
All
knows?
right.
Wouldn't put it past them.
No, yeah.
All right.
All right. What do
Let's
you want now?
bring me back down to earth here. Let's go hard.
Oh, skipping medium straight to hard.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what two teams, because it's a tie, had the most home runs in a season,
Okay.
like as a team?
I feel like I definitely know one of them is the Twins.
Yes.
And that wasn't that long ago. Was the other one
No.
a long time ago?
No, both of them are very recent.
Very recent. Okay. Dang. Uh, I still get my 3 guesses on the hard, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
still
so
three guesses.
I'm gonna throw out. I don't know why the Blue Jays are coming to mind. I feel like that's definitely wrong, but
Um, it's not a bad guess. Like they're in the top 10.
okay. I'll throw out the Braves.
Oh, you got it.
It is okay. All
Yes,
right,
they
cool.
tied it this past year
This past, okay. See, I thought I remembered that, but I wasn't confident with it, so I went with Blue Jays instead. Okay.
because they were trying to appeal some. I don't know. It was like some ruling for an error as an inside the park home run so they could get the
Oh,
record or something. They didn't give it to him.
that's right. That's right. I remember all that
So
now.
yeah. And third is the Yankees with 306, and then the Braves and the Twins have 307
Oh, yeah.
in a year. Which
Dang.
all of these are in the 2000s except for the Mariners in the top
Okay.
10.
Perfect.
So
Nice.
yeah, long ball era.
Yeah, that's true. Cool.
Um,
I'm
what
proud
you
of
want
myself
now?
so far. Two for
Yeah,
two.
two for
Okay.
two with a hard.
Let's knock a medium out.
All right, medium. Who holds the record for the fastest pitch thrown?
Ooh. Fastest pitch thrown. I get two guesses here, right?
Yep.
Oh man. I feel like I'm definitely about to whiff on this. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
let's let's throw out Steven Strasburg.
No, not Strasburg.
I know he was a hard baller back in the day. Is this recent?
This is yeah, it's in our lifetime. I'll
Okay.
say that. Narrow it down.
Jeez. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna have to throw out Randy Johnson.
Not a bad guess. It's Roldis Chapman.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I should have guessed that.
yeah,
If I watched more baseball still, I
I
definitely would have
know.
guessed Aroldis
Yeah.
Chapman. Oh
It was
well.
in 2010, 105.1 miles an hour.
God. Oh my
Which
God.
like on that pitch though, he threw it like insanely out of the zone. Like I think he
Yeah.
almost hit. I want to say it was against Andrew McCutcheon. I think he almost hit Andrew McCutcheon with a 105.1 mile an hour fastball.
That would have felt great.
Yeah, it was like
McCutcheon would
up
have
and
been
in.
happy.
It was like up and into like just
Jesus.
right at the chin.
All right, Aroldis.
Oh man. All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
One of each left.
Yeah, one of each. Let's go. Let's walk it down. Let's start with hard, go medium next, and then easy.
Okay. Walking it down.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Who holds the record for most saves in a season?
Most saves.
Yeah.
Dang it. I I feel like I knew this like 5 years ago. And now I'm gonna throw out Roger Clemens as a guess.
No.
Okay. Not even
Well,
close.
he wasn't a reliever.
What? I thought Roger Clemens was a close. Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay. Well,
So
bad guess.
he didn't get it.
Probably not. Probably not. John Smoltz. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not that dumb. I do at least know Braves. I know he did close for a little
He
while
was a
though.
closer.
That's
He
true.
was a
That's
closer.
true. But he doesn't have the record. I'm not throwing out Smoltz. Um, dang it. Well, who am I thinking of then that I thought was Roger Clemens?
I have no idea to be honest.
I feel like there's an Astros closer that's like I can see in my mind that was really good. I can't remember his name. I'm so bad with these, man.
Uh,
Let's just throw out. I know this is wrong, but I'm going to throw out Craig Kimbrell as my second guess because it's the only closer that can come to mind right now.
no, not
Okay.
Craig Kimbrell.
All right. Well, let's go with the third
It's
one.
hold
Probably the
on.
most. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Let me give you two hints. It is
Okay.
in our lifetime
Mhm.
and he has a nickname. I don't know if that helps or not, but I'm gonna give it to you.
Hmm. Um, I'm just gonna throw out the most famous closer that I've heard of, and I'm gonna throw out Mariano Rivera.
Not Mariano Rivera.
All right.
He's not even in the top five on here. I think he was like he's like a Hank Aaron type guy. Like Hank
Yeah.
Aaron never had like a massive single season home
65
run.
home run season, right?
Yeah, but he was so consistent with
Yeah.
it.
Career
Um,
stat wise, that makes sense.
yeah. So it's actually Francisco Rodriguez.
Okay. I mean,
K Rod.
I wouldn't have got that, but I definitely know who K Rod is. So I mean that
Yeah,
makes
K
sense.
Rod. That was in 2008
Okay.
with 62 saves.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
That is insane.
Yeah, I don't know that that will be, well, I don't want to say it won't be broken because Edwin Diaz did get close like 5 years ago
Yeah.
with 57, but you literally just can't blow any saves. Like you have to be the best closer that year by far
Yeah.
and just be absolutely dominant.
Right. Right.
So,
So before we move on to the next one, is the Astros closer? Am I making that up in my head? Is there a famous Astros closer?
there was Billy Wagner.
Maybe that might be who I'm thinking of. That might be who
I
I'm
think
thinking
he
of.
played for the Astros. I hope I didn't just lie about that. I think he did.
Yeah. Either way,
But other than
I
that, I
was
have no
wrong.
idea who you're talking about.
I was wrong, so it's all right. All right, let's move on. At least it was a hard one. Let's move on to the
Yeah.
medium.
All right. Medium. Who has the single season record for most strikeouts?
Like
Pitching.
pitching. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Um, Strider didn't break the record, did he?
No. In fact, he's
Okay.
not even on the top five on this.
Oh, for some reason I thought he was like on record watch. Maybe he
Well,
was
he
like
was,
on
and
pace
then
for it.
yeah, he was on pace for sure. But the way, like, this is an older record,
Yeah.
like way well before our time.
Mm,
Um, but the way pitchers are approached nowadays is like they're probably never going to break it because once you get towards the end of the year and then the team has playoff implications, they're just going to rest the pitchers.
right.
So it
If
would have to
they're
be a team that's not playoff contention, and they're just like send him out
right.
there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you said it's well before our time, correct?
Yeah, yeah, not like Cy Young era or anything, but
Yeah. See, I don't. That's the thing, though, is like the eras before our lifetime. I always get them like jumbled together.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna throw out a name that I know was a really good pitcher back in the day. I'm gonna throw out Sandy Koufax.
Oh, he's second. He
Oh,
is literally one strikeout behind the record.
which is held by.
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, Sandy
Old
Koufax.
Nolan.
Good guess. Really good guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he was second behind one strikeout. But
I shouldn't have thrown Strider out there, but oh well. I might could have gotten to Nolan Ryan if I thought about it long enough, but that'd be all right.
yeah, maybe one more guess you could have. This, I mean, like you've only got two right, but I feel like all these you've been really close on. So
Yeah, I feel good about where I'm at. Like I feel like I've gotten pretty close, and I'm happy with that.
yeah.
All
Okay,
right,
so now I've got it easy. Who holds the record for the longest consecutive hitting streak?
longest consecutive hitting streak is that. This is old, right?
This is old. This is from 41.
That's what I thought. So would that be? Was it? Was it Joe DiMaggio?
Yeah, you got it. You
Yeah.
got it.
Okay. Okay. I knew it was one of those old Yankees. I couldn't remember
Yeah,
which
Joe
one. All right.
DiMaggio
All right. Awesome.
in 41. And that one will probably never be broken, in my opinion.
I don't foresee it. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty close to untouchable.
the closest anyone's gotten, I think, was Pete Rose, and he got to like 44 games or something.
Yeah,
Like he was still 12 games out from it.
right.
I mean, that's hard. That's so
Yeah.
hard. 56 games. I mean, that's like a third of the season you're getting a hit consecutively.
Yeah, back to back to back to back to back
Yeah,
to back to back to back.
that's really impossible.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like you said, I think that one's pretty close to untouchable. I don't foresee that one being broken
Yeah.
anytime soon for sure.
So your point total was 5 today,
Okay. You know
but
what? For an all baseball trivia, I'm very happy with a five.
yeah, a 5 with some good guesses. I mean, you're you're that. one strikeout away from tying
I
your record
know.
of seven.
I
So
know. So close. So close.
good trivia session there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we've got a little something special. Well, I guess it's not that special because we just did it a couple weeks ago, but we're going to do another draft today. And I'm really excited for this one because we're doing an NBA draft, but there is one rule to this draft. Every player you draft must be 6'9" or taller. So we are going to be building some Monstar lineups here with some freakishly tall point and shooting guards and forwards. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting on what approach we have, but
I
uh,
know.
I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir. So I guess we'll hop right into the draft and I don't do you don't have like a coin near you, do you? That you could
No,
flip? Okay.
no. Let me. Well, yeah, it's probably going to be here. I've got a pocket knife. I'll throw it
All right.
closed up in the air if it
I
lands
hope
on
so.
closed. If it lands on the old timer logo,
Okay.
that's heads
All right.
and that's tails. So what we want to do? You heads, I'm tails.
That's cool with me.
Doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Oh, tails.
Oh, tails it is. All right.
Which I
Chandler.
mean, it's two. It's just two of us. So like,
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
No.
I'll go with the 1-2.
Okay.
Give me the 1-2.
Okay. Let's do it then. So are we still snaking it then, or are we doing, or you just want to go back and forth?
Uh, I guess snake it.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it. All right. So with the first pick in the 6'9" or taller draft, your boy Skilly is gonna select Mr. LeBron James.
Oh my God.
Had to, had
Man.
to, had to
Okay.
grab my 6'9" point guard.
Yeah, I was okay.
There is another.
You're
There is another
yeah,
6'9"
I
point guard.
yeah, you were okay. You're base I think you might be taking you were taking the strategy I was thinking, but um so with that I guess I gotta go Magic.
I like it.
Um I mean it's like sad I'm complaining about getting Magic Johnson. But I mean he is a true point guard too, so I guess that kind of helps.
It's true.
Um hmm, let's see what direction I want to go next.
So basically, for the rest of the draft, we'll be making two picks at a time, right?
Yeah,
Both of us.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'm good with
Um
that.
give me Give me Carl Malone.
Oh, I love it. I love that pick. Great pick. The number three leading scorer in NBA history.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. This is tough. Do I lock up the big man or do I take one of my giant guards? Um, let's uh let's go with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm gonna take Shaq.
Okay. Understandable.
And then for my next pick, I'm really debating where to go with this.
Dude, this is kind of tough.
I know, I know, I know. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Larry Bird.
Good pick. Good pick.
Give me Larry Legend. And
God.
I actually thought he was 6'8" until I looked it up and found
Yeah, I
out
had to look it up too.
he is eligible for this draft. He was 6'9" even. So
Oh man. Yeah. Dadgummit. That's you stole where I was gonna go with this twice now. So you I'm gonna have a controversial pick, at least to you.
okay.
And honestly, I could probably wait later, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get him. Give me KD.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
He he was on my draft board.
I'm kind of shocked.
He was on my draft board. As much as I hate KD, I mean, you can't deny the talent.
Yeah, well,
Dude's
I mean, and we're talking about dudes that are taller than 6'9". He's got to be on there.
100%. I mean, you could play, you could really, if you didn't have Magic, you could run KD as your point guard, really. I
You
mean, he
could
could play the
run,
point.
you could run KD as, I mean, I guess really a forward too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not, he's not going to be quite as physical as I would really like him to be because he's so brittle.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
okay, give me Dirk.
Dirk,
I
you bastard.
had to get me some Dirk, dude. I love Dirk.
No, I love it. I love it. He was actually going to be one of my next picks. All right. So I'm closing out my team here. I got two more picks and let's go hmm, I'm struggling because you took both of the guys I planned on having at the three, both of them. So I think I might be crazy here. I might be crazy, but I might be a genius.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna take Tim Duncan,
Okay.
and again, I might be crazy here, but I might be a genius. I'm gonna take Kareem as my final
Okay.
pick,
Huh. Okay. So you got Shaq and Kareem
and Tim Duncan.
and Tim Duncan. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Dang
really
this.
quickly, you want to know something funny? I just noticed that instead of writing Larry Bird, I accidentally wrote Larry Legend. So I looked down and I saw the name Legend and I was like, wait, what? And then I read Larry. I was like, oh, Larry Bird, duh.
It was legend.
Who's this legend guy? Why have I never heard of him?
Dude, were you at the beach with was that the time you were with me when we saw the guy that had legend on his back? Or was that just with my parents?
I
This is
don't know,
quick timeout.
dude. That sounds familiar. That
It was a
sounds
guy
like
with a it was a guy at the beach with holding like passing out beach chairs and he had just legend across the top of his back.
he's probably a
And
legend.
like I'm talking like huge block letters on his back.
Like the in We're the Millers, the no regrets kind of deal.
Yeah, but it was like it was bigger than that. I mean, it was his entire back.
That's
Said
that's
legend.
hey, he better be a legend at something. He better be.
I hope so. Passing out beach chairs and renting umbrellas. Legend.
Hey, it's legendary at that.
Oh man. So I don't I've left my big man for the final pick.
Yep.
And that seems like it's honestly impossible because all of them are gonna be over 6'9".
Yeah.
But dang dude. Okay. Do I want to go old school
Old school.
or new era?
There are some good options in both.
I know. I know. I've got like four written down.
Dude, speaking of Giannis from earlier, he actually did not even make my list, even though he
I didn't
probably
even think of
should
Giannis
have.
either.
Yeah, he probably should have made my list. Should have at
Yeah,
least thought about him.
I mean in terms of versatility too, which dude cannot no look pass. Have you seen that?
No, no, I could run him at the two. I would not want
Yeah.
to run him at the one.
Have
He
you
actually,
seen that video of is it Paul George talking about it?
yeah,
He's like,
yeah. It's on podcast P. Yeah, when he talked about it.
oh
But
man,
fun fact though, Giannis Antetokounmpo was listed as a shooting guard his rookie year. 6'11" shooting guard.
I did not know that.
That's where he was listed.
Dang, dude.
Well, he was like skinny mini back then. He wasn't the
That's
Greek
true.
freak that we know now. He
Yeah,
was a
dude.
thin
He got on
he,
some meal plan, dude.
he
He got
bulked up
jacked.
like that.
He got huge.
Yeah, he did.
Um, all right. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
I'm going off the legend status. I'm gonna take Wilt.
Oh, okay. Another
Give me
guy
Wilt.
that I actually did think about Will, but I left him off. because I only needed two options ready for each position I was thinking. So
I know, and that kind of made it hard on myself because I put down like five centers,
yeah.
like made it worse than it needed to be. Uh,
Yeah. So on my list, everybody got drafted that I had listed except for one, and that's Hakeem Olajuwon. I had him listed as a potential four.
yeah,
Um,
I had him on my list too. I created like an extra amount of people, I think. So I
yeah,
guess honorable mentions. I had Jokic on here.
I love it.
I had Patrick Ewing
Ooh,
on
great
here.
pull. Great pull.
I put Yao on here just
Hey,
because
it's a
dude is
size
huge.
draft. Yeah, I thought about Yao too,
David Robinson,
of course.
the Admiral. No, that was it. I almost said Tim Duncan, but you took him.
Yeah.
And then I had Hakeem Olajuwon as well on my list.
Okay.
So
All
several guys on
right.
here, but I had extras.
All right. Now it's time for us to build a lineup with the players that we just drafted. So, do you want to do your positions first, or you want
Yeah,
me to go ahead?
I did it as I drafted. So
Okay.
I hope this doesn't sound stupid, but here we go.
All right.
Point guard, obviously we got Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Shooting guard, KD.
Yep.
Small forward, Karl Malone.
I actually had Carl Malone listed as a small forward on mine, him and
Yep.
Dirk.
And then I've got Dirk at power forward
I like it.
and Will at center.
And Wilt. All right. Magic,
Hope he can,
KD, Carl, Dirk, Wilt.
yeah, hope he can put up a quintuple double.
Hopefully.
That one stat line that was never recorded.
Yeah,
Get like
exactly.
32 rebounds.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. All right. So I'm going with LeBron, obviously, at the point. I'm going Larry at the two. I'm going Tim Duncan at the three, which is
Okay.
definitely a little sketchy, but neither one of these next two guys could
Yeah, I
ever,
mean,
ever.
out of your three options, he's got to go there.
He's the best one. I'm going Kareem at the four, and I'm
Ooh,
putting
okay.
Shaq at the five.
Okay. I
Yeah.
kind of like that. I feel like that's a better deal than Shaq at the four.
I wouldn't want Shaq at the four. I mean, it's wasting his dominance on a smaller player.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process too. He needs to be inside as
Yeah.
much as he can. I mean, that's where he made his money,
Yep.
just being physical.
Yep. So, all right. If you're watching, drop it in the comments below. There will be a graphic up on the screen showing you the teams. Which team is better? Chandler had Magic, KD, Carl Malone, Dirk, and Wilt. And I had LeBron, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Kareem, and Shaq. So let us know who won this draft down in the comments section below.
Drop it. Put my name down there.
Drop it, baby. Maybe you'll get a couple sympathy votes.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be our Super Bowl favorites for next year. Um, and I'll go ahead and preface this discussion with on my list specifically, I actually broke it down into teams that I think could make the Super Bowl versus win the Super Bowl. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not an idiot. Okay. When you get in the dance, anything could happen. And when you get in the big game, obviously anything could happen. So, I mean, it's not like when I say they're not a contender to win, that there's no chance, because obviously, if I think they could make it, there's a chance they could win it. It's just more like, do I really see them getting over that final hump? Or do I see them being the 49ers and not being able to get over the hump?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll let you go ahead and kick this one off. I guess we can just go. I don't really know how you want to do this. I mean, we could go one team at a time. We could just kind of just start throwing teams out, and I'm sure we'll have some very similar lists.
Yeah, I guess let's start. Let's just throw them out there and
Talk
stop
about
each
them.
other if we got some wild ones or something.
Let's do it.
Um, we'll go with the obvious to start.
Yep.
Could easily be a repeat of the Super Bowl this year.
100%.
Chiefs and 49ers. I think
100%.
49ers are the favorite betting wise.
I think that's correct.
Um,
Yeah.
which I mean, it makes sense if you got another year of McCaffrey having a similar year he had this year, just scored a
Yep.
touchdown every game. Um, Brock Purdy playing well,
Hmm.
Debo like defense showing out. They've got a really good chance to make the Super Bowl. It's just, are they going to get over the hump to win?
That's the thing,
I mean, are they going to be the Bills? Are they just going to keep going to the
dude.
Super Bowl and
Yeah,
losing? Or
it's very much possible. They have given me no reason to believe they're gonna get it done in the big game. I actually had them as a make, not a win. I had the
yeah,
Chiefs as a win because obviously they've done it two times in
yeah,
a row. But I don't have the 49ers as a win. I can't until they prove to me that they're gonna actually win a freaking Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, I I have them as a win
Yeah,
just based on the talent they have,
for sure.
um, and I think it can be done. Um, it's really just Shanahan learning from his mistakes. I think is the
But will
main
he?
thing. But I don't know that he will. Yeah, that's true. But I still think they can win the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, they could for sure.
Chiefs, obviously, like this year, people kind of wrote them off. They
I
just didn't
agree.
look as good and really had no receivers. I mean, Rasheed Rice emerged towards the end of the year, and they
Yeah.
still had Kelsey. But like other than that,
Hey, Kadarius Tony
yeah, I
calling it back again.
still regret trading for freaking Kadarius Tony. That dude, oh my God, he's an idiot. Um,
He's a little delusional.
I don't know what his problem is, but yeah, dropped him a long time ago. Safe to say.
Yeah.
Should have traded him before this year. Because a bunch of
Well,
people wanted to trade him,
hindsight's
pay for it.
2020, man. Hindsight's 2020.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, Chiefs and 49ers are an obvious answer.
Yeah.
Um, and the Chiefs, like I said, they wrote them off this year, yet they still won. So I don't know that their situation can get much worse than what they started with and had a lot of the season this year. But when
Yeah.
you have Patrick Mahomes as quarterback, I mean, the dude is good. Like he is one of the greats
Yeah. Love him, hate
already.
him. He's exactly. He's had one of the greatest, if not the greatest, starts to a career in
Yeah,
NFL history.
yeah, and he just makes it happen. Uh, it's like, how does he keep doing this? I mean, how does he
I
keep
know.
escaping from the pocket? I mean, I don't know. It's wild, but when you got him at quarterback, anything's possible.
Yep.
So then we're getting a little more controversial. I don't want to say it's controversial, but I got the Lions also as someone to win.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
granted, they just won their first playoff game in 30 something years, but
But they were still this
I mean,
close to making the
they're
big game,
so
man.
close and they're going to have the same team with more experience.
Exactly.
And that team is so young that that's really pretty much all they need is experience.
Yeah.
Um, there may be a couple holes to fill here and there, but like if they sign a guy or two in free agency, have another pretty good draft. They've been drafting really well.
They have.
Um, I see them going to the Super Bowl and really winning it
Yeah,
too.
no, I like that pick. I had the Lions as a make. I thought about putting them as a win, but for me personally, I will change it to a win if they have the same regular season success next year. I need to see one
Yeah,
more year of it. But if they're
yeah,
the same team in the regular season, like they run away, I don't know if they really ran away, but they kind of did run away with the NFC North. And if they do that again, why not? Why can't they be a contender to win the Super Bowl?
yeah. I think it's just getting through San Francisco.
Exactly.
Will be the toughest thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were close this year. They just got to learn from their mistakes and
Yeah.
I mean, they really didn't make a ton, but what little mistakes they had, learn from it, and they can make the Super Bowl and potentially win it. I think they can win the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Now I got the Ravens also,
Same.
but they're kind of like the 49ers to you. That lately, man, the Ravens have been just
Blowing it.
doing so great in the regular season and just blowing it in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the team as a whole, Lamar Jackson. I don't know, but they're more of a make team for me.
Sure.
I don't know if I see them winning it right now, just based on their history. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely get that. I went back and forth. I actually changed the Ravens three separate times because I couldn't make my freaking mind up. But I did end up keeping them as a win. That is definitely a little bit biased, though, because I have always been a believer in Lamar Jackson. I do think he's going to lead them to the promised land. Despite what I saw this year, I get it. I watched the playoffs. I saw the collapse. I get it. I got it. But again, I do believe in Lamar Jackson. He's still pretty young. He's got a lot of time to keep maturing, getting better, and I could see it. I could see it next year
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely really for all these teams. It's possible for them to win.
for sure.
Um, they wouldn't be on this list if it's not. But
Exactly.
it's just hard for them to see them. This may be a little controversial as a non-winner. I don't see the Eagles
Okay.
being able to win. I think they could make it. I just don't know if they can stay consistent enough to just dominate in the playoffs. I know they had injuries this past year
Yeah.
and just a huge collapse to end the year. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know if I fully trust them to win. Could they make? Yeah, kind of the same deal with the Lions too, going through San Francisco, and they would maybe have to go through Detroit, depending on the seating.
Exactly.
But that's tough. Um,
I agree on the Eagles, man. Eagles are tough. And funny enough, you said that having them as a make was controversial. I thought I was more controversial for having them as a win. Because I do think the Eagles could win the Super Bowl next year. I I don't foresee another sudden collapse at the end of the season. Maybe it will happen again, and then I'll be done with the Eagles until there's a new regime as far as picking them as a winner. But I'm going to give them one more year for me as a potential winner of the Super Bowl. Um, it is tough. They just have, dude, it's kind of like the 49ers. Like they have so much talent on that roster. It is
yeah,
insane the amount of talent that's on the Eagles roster. So I think you definitely can't count them out. I can't blame you for having them as a make, but I've got them as a win.
yeah. I mean, it's you could go either way with it. It's slightly controversial either way, depending on who you ask, I guess. But
Yeah,
I don't know if I see it personally. This is probably my hottest take of all, so I'll end it with this one. I think the Texans can make the Super Bowl
wow.
if they get hot enough. The defense they have, Tank Dell healthy with Nico Collins. Let's say they sign a good running back in free agency. I did see a report. I think it was probably false, but I mean Saquon Barkley's a free agent.
Austin Eckler is a free agent as well.
Austin Eckler's a free agent. They sign a guy like that to a short deal to go
Mhm.
try to make a run with the young but very talented team they have with one of the best rookie quarterbacks we've seen in a while.
Yeah,
Um, I think they could make the Super Bowl. I don't think they win, but I think they can make it if they
sure,
get hot.
sure.
Um, Now that would take going through Kansas City,
Yep.
going through um, I'm
Baltimore if
blanking
they're
now.
there.
Baltimore, yeah,
Yeah.
which they got blown out this year, but you know, missing a weapon or two.
I've got another
Not a
AFC
great run
team.
back.
I've got another AFC team I'm going to talk about here in a second that's definitely a hot take, but they might have to go through them as well if they live up to their potential.
Yeah, AFC is tough, man. There's a lot of teams that are
Right on the
tough to go
cusp.
through. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I love the Texans. I think they can make a leap this year. Um, Depending on a couple signings and free agency.
sure.
But they're gonna have. I mean, they're gonna have a really solid defense.
Yeah,
D'Amico Ryans, he's gonna make sure the defense is solid.
he's the
Um,
man.
and hopefully Tank Dell has a good comeback off the injury. It shouldn't be a hindrance to him. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a big deal. So I think he'll still be fine. Nico Collins broke out this year. I
yep.
still think he's gonna play very similar to how he did this year. And you got CJ Stroud slinging it. It's just a matter of can they replace Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary with somebody really elite.
A difference
Um,
maker. Yeah, a real
yeah,
difference maker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Saquon Barkley, and they've got the money to spend. I think.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, they have
I think.
so many of their star players are on rookie contracts. Like
Yeah,
it's or like really small, like take a chance on you contracts. So I'm sure they have cap room to spend. And dude,
yeah.
oh, that
If
would
I
be
remember right, they have.
like no homo here, obviously, but that would be like sexy seeing Saquon in that Texans offense. Like, oh man,
Yeah,
that's beautiful on paper.
yeah, dude. I mean, and that would be so good for him just on a personal level. That dude's stuck in New York.
I agree.
Like
I
I don't
agree.
hate the Giants, but man, they're
I'm happy they didn't franchise tag him again. He needs to be able to make a choice to leave. I'm sure that will be his
yeah,
choice.
yeah. I don't know what direction the Giants are heading.
They don't know what direction they're heading, Chandler.
Yeah,
So I don't know how
yeah,
you expect yourself to be able to figure that
yeah.
out.
And, I work with a guy from New Jersey.
Oh
Shout
no.
out Matt,
Big
but
Giants fan?
he's a Giants fan. Yep.
Oh gosh.
Um, so sorry I'm talking trash about the Giants, but
Wow. It'll be all right.
he'll listen.
It'll be all
But
right.
anyway, yeah, that's my hottest take. I guess a couple of hot takes too is I don't see the Cowboys even making it to the Super Bowl.
No.
I don't
No
even know if
shot.
that's a hot take.
No
I
shot.
don't see I don't see the Bengals making it to the Super Bowl. I love
That's
I
tough.
love the Bengals, but I don't know. I don't know if they can get it done. I
I
sense some drama coming this year on that team. I don't know why. I
yeah.
hope it doesn't happen because I really like the Bengals as like a backup squad, but
Yeah.
I just sense some craziness going on with that team this year. I don't know why.
No, I mean I understand that. I understand that. I do have the Bengals as a win on my list. They're one of my last two teams um, because I love Joe Burrow. I think
Yeah, I
he's
love them too.
Joe Cool is the man. And then they're super talented,
They
especially
are.
on the offensive side of the ball. So it's tough for me to see another season where the Bengals aren't like right there unless shit hits the fan like it did this year. But I can understand
Yeah.
where you're at with that. Now,
Yeah.
this last team that I have, I definitely feel like this is a steaming hot take.
Oh God.
But I do believe if things click and a certain player can return to anywhere close to the form he used to be in a few years ago, I think the Cleveland Browns have a good shot to make. Obviously, not going to pick the Browns to win a Super Bowl, but I do think they can make a Super Bowl and lose to either the Lions, Eagles, or 49ers. I could see it.
I I
That
don't say I can't
defense,
see it.
that speaking of
Defense
great
is incredible.
defenses, I mean, insane.
Insane defense. If they have a similar year to this past year, they have a really good shot. But like you said, it kind of hinges on Deshaun Watson getting out of whatever this
Yep.
funk is, which I mean,
Yep.
I say whatever it is, I feel like it's obvious.
You know what it is, but at the same time,
But
we're far enough past it now, though, where I feel like he could return. I'm not saying he's
Yeah,
ever going to be the same because he was a top five quarterback in football, and I don't think he'll ever be a top five quarterback in football there. But
no,
is top 10 to 12 crazy? I think he could get there.
no, it's not crazy. I think he can be in terms of fantasy. Let's talk in terms of fantasy. I think he can be a QB1.
Yeah, I think he
Um,
can.
at that 8 to 12 range, somewhere in there, the back end.
Yep.
I He's just not looked good
I
at
know.
all. And I mean, he has been hurt on and off, but like even when he's healthy, I'm like, what is this dude doing? Like he
And
does
that's
not look like the same player whatsoever. And then
exactly.
you've got also the Chubb injury, which was awful. And I love Nick Chubb, one of my favorite players ever, but that's a I mean, I know knee injuries are not what they used to be, but that's a devastating knee injury.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah. And dude,
Um,
speaking of Nick Chubb, though, there was a report that apparently the Browns are thinking about cutting him to save cap room.
dude, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, I saw it a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's like a dead rumor
Oh
now.
man,
Maybe this isn't a thing anymore, but I definitely saw that the Browns could, it said could, that's what the report said. Said according to sources, the Browns could cut Nick Chubb to save cap room.
man, I don't know that.
That would
I
be
don't know that they
so
do.
stupid. Dude, they would alienate half their fan base if they cut Chubb.
I was about to say he's one of the most like beloved players in Brown. Like if you ask a Browns fan in the last 20 years who their favorite player is, it's probably gonna be Nick Chubb like 75% of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Um yeah, I don't know. That would hurt their chances even more. In a coming off of a bad injury, Nick Chubb is still better than probably what they got next. I mean, Jerome Ford,
He did okay.
he did fine. He did fine, but
He
he's
held
not Nick
up.
Chubb at
Mm-mm,
all. I don't
mm-mm.
think they can run out Jerome Ford like they do Nick Chubb and kind
Yeah,
of run the offense through him.
yeah. Oh,
So I
believe
guess
me.
really, um, it would have to take a big step up from Deshaun Watson, regardless,
Yeah,
is
I
really
agree.
what it hinders on.
I agree. And I will say, if they cut Nick Chubb, they're way gone from the list. Nope.
Yeah, they
No,
can't.
no, no shot. And if Nick Chubb comes back at 50% instead of 80%, again, no shot. I don't think they can do it without Nick Chubb unless they somehow
No,
find a way to get another guy who's super talented in there. I don't even know how they would do that because I know the Browns can't have a ton of cap space because of Deshaun Watson and them thinking about cutting Nick
yeah,
Chubb kind of tells you they
they
have no
don't.
cap space.
They don't. I don't think they're like in cap space hell or anything. They're not
Right.
like the Saints, but
Ooh,
dude, what are the Saints gonna do? This is a little off
suck.
topic, but what are they gonna do? What are they gonna
Suck.
do in like the next 2 years?
Just gonna
They're screwed,
suck. Yeah, they're just gonna
dude.
suck.
That is like they have just. I mean, they're like the United States government right now. They just keep going like in debt more
Jesus.
and more and more. What are they doing? They
Exactly.
can't sustain this. Like it has to blow up at some point,
Yep.
and they're going to be playing with freaking XFL players or whatever it is now.
Exactly.
I don't know what it transformed to, but they're going to be playing with those dudes in the NFL very
Yep.
soon.
Yeah.
Um, dude, I don't know what they're going to do.
Who knows, man? Who knows? They're definitely nowhere near this list. That's for sure.
Um, have you given all your?
That's all mine.
Okay, so this is not really off topic, but like, how far do we see the Falcons go with the two QB options I've seen reports on?
Kirk Cousins and Justin Fields.
Kirk Cousins signing, or would he be signing? Is he a free agent or is
Yeah,
he
he's a
trade?
free
I think he's a
agent.
free agent.
Yeah,
Let me make sure I was right.
he's a free agent.
Signing Kirk Cousins versus trading for Fields, or I guess a third option, trading up in the draft and drafting a Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. I definitely think for next year specifically, Daniels is the worst option. Long
Yeah.
term, he might be the best. I didn't watch a ton
Mm-hmm.
of LSU this year, if I'm being 100% honest. So I definitely want to do like a little bit of film study on Jaden Daniels.
He's good.
I know he's really
He's
good.
good.
I know
I like him a lot.
on paper, I mean, he might be an even better quarterback prospect than Caleb Williams. And when I say on paper, I don't mean stats. I mean like his measurables, his arm strength. Like
Hmm.
he's right there with Caleb and above him in some of those areas. He's definitely more athletic than Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
so I like Jaden Daniels. I don't think that's a good option for next year, though. So if we're playing the long game, I love that. But if we're talking next year, it's going to be between Fields and Cousins. And I would say just because of the versatility he brings to your offense and the
Hmm.
weapons you'd be putting around him, I do think Justin Fields could take us farther than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, look at Kirk Cousins' history.
That
He's
too.
also 30, I think he'll be 36 this next year,
Yeah.
coming off an Achilles injury that happened mid-season. I don't love that. Now, is
Mm,
Kirk Cousins a good quarterback? I think he's a good quarterback.
for
Don't
sure.
get me wrong, but he's not going to take us very far, if even to the playoffs. I don't.
Right.
He has no good clutch factor, and he's old.
Mm-mm.
I just
Yeah.
feel like that's a waste to do that. I would rather trade for Fields, or
100%.
I mean, I would even take honestly Cousins is kind of my last option. Like, I don't think Daniels could take us very far, maybe make the playoffs,
Yeah, I can see it.
but in terms of long term, just buying into the process, I mean, Falcons are still kind of like a rebuilding squad.
Oh, they're very young. Yeah.
I mean, they're a QB away really from being like a really good team.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I still don't like the Cousins move at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, anything is better than Desmond Ritter, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
So,
for
God,
sure.
if it's between Ritter and Cousins, give me Cousins 1,000
Yeah,
times out of 10.
I'll
Um,
take that little 2 year rental on Cousins and draft
yeah,
another dude later or something.
exactly. Anything is better than running Desmond Shitter out there again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm in agreement with you on the Cousins thing.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Zoom is telling me that we're running low on time, so I guess we'll go ahead and start around the table. And I've only got two things to talk about this week. One of them is something for me personally involving the sports world, and then the other one is something that is not really relevant now, but it's something I still see all the time, and it irks me. So I'm going to talk about it. So my first thing, like I said, is about me personally, dude. I am struggling right now with fantasy basketball, dude. Like I'm about ready to murder someone. Let me just
Uh,
for the people listening, right now my lineup is missing Devin Booker, Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
oh
My
man.
my probably third or fourth best. I don't know. He hasn't been as good lately, but one of my better bench options earlier in the year was Russell Westbrook, and he just broke his hand. He never gets hurt. Malcolm Brogdon, who I did just pick up, he's out though. And then Quentin Grimes isn't doing anything anyway, so I won't even throw him in there. But dude, like just the amount of points I'm missing from those first four players that I listed.
I know.
Ah, I know you're going through.
Uh,
I know you're going through some of this right now too, and a lot of us are. So I'm not gonna act like I'm the only one, but dude, that's some major pieces, dude. Like Joel Embiid is
yeah.
the number one player in the league.
Yeah, I mean that like we're all going through it, but I would say you're going through it the worst. Like that's pretty bad. Which
Yeah,
Scotty Barnes just broke his hand for
I
me
know.
also.
See,
And
that's
that
the
kind of
thing,
kills my chances. I really
right?
don't have a chance now. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, there's no way I can win with putting
Without Scotty,
Vince Williams in the lineup. As good as he's been as a little replacement to throw in during the
right,
year, I'm not going to win the playoffs with that.
right.
So we'll see how long it takes for him to come back. I don't really know. I think Desmond Bain is supposed to come back very soon. We'll see what happens there because
Yeah,
Jaw's out for the year. So he comes back and basically gets to lead the team,
it's
would
possible.
help.
It's
But I
possible.
still don't see myself, of course, after this whole time not trading, being like, no, I'm keeping my team as is to make a run,
Right.
and it's not even really going to happen.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you on that. And I don't know. It's kind of tough to say that like I'm suffering the most. I would say I'm definitely missing the most value. Like that's undisputed. There's nobody that's missing as many points a week as me. But then
Yeah.
again, I still have Shea, I still have Anthony Edwards, Miles Bridges, the good man, Rudy Gobert, Kyrie. Like it's not like I'm just
Yeah.
a crapshoot of a team without those four guys. It's just imagine how good we would be with
Yeah.
those four guys.
Yeah. And it's going to be
Um,
hard to beat Turner without him.
yeah, exactly. And especially with Giannis's injury being like a nagging injury, like what he started to go through last year with you, that really
Yeah.
scares me for the playoffs, man.
That's why I traded him.
I know, I know. So I'll knock out my other one really quickly. Like I said, this is something that's not relevant at all today, but it's something I see all the time in NBA media that really irks me. And maybe you might disagree with me on this. The whole the Mickey Mouse bubble ring being fake argument. No, it's not fake. Like every team that went to the bubble had to go through the same shit. Like
Yeah.
it's people act like it was like stacked for the Lakers, and that's not even close to true.
Yeah.
And
I,
I hate the Lakers. Like this is a guy
yeah.
who hates the Lakers giving this take.
Yeah. I don't even really like him either. And like, you can't say that. People say that about the Dodgers for the MLB, and that's a
Yep,
little different because that season was like 60 games or whatever.
exactly. That's the
The
difference.
bubble was it was literally normal. They just didn't have fans in the crowd. So like, yeah, it has a little effect, but like, dude, they're still playing the same number of games and playing
Exactly.
the teams that they would have to play. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I don't get that argument either.
No, and I mean it's obviously not fake what happened in the bubble because the Suns were the best team in the bubble, and the Suns went to the NBA Finals the next season. So
Yeah, yeah, agreed. I got two quick things really for the round the
yeah,
table. So they got, they got to be quick for Zoom to kick us off.
God,
But
I know.
um, I saw some TikToks about Colt Brennan. They just keep
Okay.
popping up on my For You
Mhm.
page. You remember Colt Brennan,
And the name sounds so familiar. I'm about to look him up.
Hawaii quarterback?
Yep, that's it. That's
Yeah,
why. Yep.
dude. I saw a comment too on one of the videos. They're like, he was like the first QB with drip. Dude, he had full blackout visor, two sleeves, like crazy. He had like
That's
crazy, like
true.
creative player style.
He was always
And I
decked
didn't
out.
realize it. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it until I saw those videos. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. That
Yeah.
that Hawaii team was fun, even though they got destroyed by Georgia. So
Yeah.
anyway, second thing, Caitlin Clark broke the record. And
Oh,
then I saw a
yes.
stat. Then I saw a stat. Pete Maravich played before the 3-point line, and somebody charted his shots. He would have scored like 1,000 more points
If there
than
was a
Caitlin Clark
three-point
now
line,
if there was a 3-point line. And he would have
that's
averaged
wild.
52 points a game.
Oh my, yeah. I mean, that's why Pistol Pete has one of he definitely has an argument as the greatest college basketball player of all
Dude,
time.
he's that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Well, all right. Before Zoom kicks us off, I appreciate everybody for listening, sitting at the lunch table this week. It was a lot of fun. All right. Well, we called it. We tried to fit it all in before Zoom kicked us off, but we're gonna have to say goodbye in another recording now because once again we are not paying for the free Zoom. Um, Speaking of callbacks to old episodes, like Brody said, Chick-fil-A. I know you're watching this. Throw the kids a bone one time.
Yeah, free Chick-fil-A. Come on now.
Let's go, brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yeah,
Sponsor our podcast.
yeah, please.
We will get you a solid 35 views no matter what.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean that should get you at least three customers.
Exactly. I mean, you're throwing away money by not sponsoring the Lunch Table Podcast. We'll change it
Yeah.
to Chick-fil-A presents the Lunch Table Podcast.
Oh yeah. No questions asked.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But no, on a real note, oh, by the way, we could afford the real Zoom if Chick-fil-A sponsored our podcast.
Yeah,
So,
that
um,
would help us, please.
anyways, I think we're gonna close out the show now. It's been a lot of fun today. Like I said earlier, if I don't cut this out of the final recording, make sure you drop a comment with who won our draft, our one-on-one 6'9" or taller draft. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. And if you enjoy the show, go ahead and check out our shorts. We got lots of shorts on the channel. I've been meaning to upload more shorts between episodes. This past week, I didn't do a great job of that, but I'm gonna try to get some out this week. So make sure y'all go check those out, and then check out previous episodes too.
Yep, give it a listen. Got
Yes,
some good
sir.
stuff out there.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, Chandler. If you don't have anything else, man, I guess we'll go ahead and close out the show and put our lunch tables in the trash and get on back to class.
Yeah, our lunch tables, a
Oh,
whole
well,
table.
probably not. Uh, lunch tray. Is that? I think that's the word I was looking for. Tray, table.
Just the whole.
Yeah. No, the way they serve lunch is they just come and dump a pile of slop on your table. You just eat right
Just
off the
eat it like a
table.
bunch of pigs. Oh man.
Anyways,
Uh yeah.
let's
Throw
throw
your
our
tray
lunch
away.
trays in the trash can.
Yeah.
And
Unless we got the blue ones.
oh yeah, that's true. That's
And then
true.
we're putting them in the wash.
Exactly. And you put them where they're going to wash the dishes. But anyways, after that little callback to Bremen High School there,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and sign off now. If you don't have anything else, man, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited for next week already.
Yep. Same. Ain't got nothing else other than see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. See y'all next week. Thanks everybody for sitting at the lunch table.